I've got a real treat for you guys today. I didn't really think about how I was going to talk to you and eat my watermelon. I'm going to share with you one of the most incredible spots. You already know from the thumbnail title. We're at the secret garden, and it's been a secret for a long time. I think while this place is still usable, and we'll get onto that in a minute, it ought to be shared. It's wrong just to keep it to ourselves. Without further ado, let me talk about a few of the rules. And this should go without saying, but unfortunately experience has told me these things will need saying. You need to be polite to the other patrons. Shendish Golf Course, Shendish Manor, behind me, has its guests walk through it. So you need to smile and wave.
Soldiers, you gotta blend in. Riverdance.
Be polite to people. Engage with them if they want to. Just be polite. If there's dog walkers, because we're just off a public footpath and people have been walking through here for millennia with their dogs and stuff, just be respectful, because if we were to have a poor interaction with one of the dog walkers and they spoke to the manager, the golf course owns this place, we could be out of here in a flash. Let me just finish this mouthful of watermelon. The juices are good for you as well. So this is another thing that should go without saying, but having visited Sundon Chalk Pit, and I've found discarded batteries and that, I try to take rubbish with me, because I know people, maybe the locals or people that use the hotel, will drop rubbish here. But I think if we ever had bumped into a manager and said, by the way, I picked up all this rubbish while I was here today, that can only help us to be able to continue to use this spot. It is very special, so please take the rubbish with you, and I know you will take it with you, but there are a few people out there that don't and just have no respect for nature, and those aren't the sort of people. If that's you, don't come. And I know it's not you, I know it's not. So I'm going to put that in my bag. There's something also very special here that I'm going to be taking home with me, so I'm actually going to use this to transport home some fruit. So I'm actually here today. I've got one of the Bolt X batteries with me today, and I've got my good buddy, let's throw that down there, I've got my good buddy Venom, who managed to stay with the channel, because Mike Cross, who won the raffle, and if you had to go in the raffle, thank you so much, congratulations Mike. Mike decided to take the £500 cash prize and leave me with Venom. Now I'm still undecided what happens to Venom. I would like to keep him. This Team Revolt Tsunami chassis build has really earned a place in my heart, and I would like to keep him, but I also, this truck was supposed to be for you, so let me know if you think I should put it on eBay or something like that, or raffle it again. Maybe you want me just to raffle it again, but the raffle thing was a lot of hassle. I don't know about that. It didn't feel good either, so I don't know, but whatever you think I should do, I'll do. So today we're going to be running that tiny little 3S 450 milliamp Bolt X battery, and we are going to be doing a tyre test. So if you're interested in that, I'll pop a link up there to the video where we do the tyre test, and as an aside, we're going to do the Bolt X in there as well, see how that performs on Venom. So it will be Sedonas versus White Rovers. Now I feel like the White Rover is the modern Sedona, so it'll be interesting to see how they perform. most people have said the Sedona is a better tyre. We're going to find out today, because everybody's terrain is different, isn't it? Looks like I've got a loose nut, so make sure I do that before we go out. Anyway, what 4 words? No, what 3 words is how we're going to do this. Let's just pop these guys down. I'm going to take you to a load of spots here. I will film the spot, and then I will tell you what we've called it, or what I've called the particular spot, so you can crawl the same spots. But as long as you stay within this like a little loop in the woods here, which you'll see all the what 4 words, links in the description to everything, including the what 3 words. Did I just say what 3 words? I think 4 words I did. So yeah, I don't want to ramble too much. Feels like this was way too rambled already. I just want to show you all the spots, guys. I'm so happy that I'm able to share this with you. I will do a link to where to park in the car park. I will show you a what 3 words trail around to where you should enter the woods, so that you're not walking through the grounds of the main house. We need to stay off the radar as much as possible, and also show you where I'm going to go and pick some blackberries on the way home. Let's go do some crawling. Now, I know what you're going to say, guys. You're going to say that's not a rock, and you're correct, it's not. But this is probably one of the most difficult climbs at the Secret Garden. If you can do this, you're doing very well. Let me tell you that for nothing. And the what 3 words is on the screen right now. So you may notice in what 3 words I've called this 3 lines and a Polish spot. It's because there are 3 lines here, 3 lines and a double, actually. Sounds like a good night out. This is called steps, and just behind us is this sweet little section which has got at least 2 lines on it. There may be more. So there's the right pull that you can see going on now, and in a second you'll see there's also a pull up to the left. And then when you get up these ledges, there are alternate routes that you can go that add levels of complexity to suit your needs, requirements, or likes. So this is another fantastic little spot. That other one, the steps that we've just done, literally right behind the camera right now. This is without a doubt one of my favourite lines. It's not that difficult unless you've got a rig that just wasn't designed to do this. This is named after Spidey. I call this Spidey's line number 1. Wait a minute, did you see that? The what 3 words that the internet created for that spot was Spider Grab Proud. What is going on? Anyway, this is a lovely spot at the top of the forest, very close to the estate there. And if you look around at this spot, there are dozens of lines. As you can see, the vehicle's just appearing over the top of the rocks. You can probably hear Neo's just walked in. Say hi.
Hi.
And yeah, fantastic lines there. And this I don't know what we'll call this. We'll call this the dinosaur's back or something. Look at that. That is between the wheelbase. It is super. Bye, Neo. It is super difficult. One of the truly great things about this little spot here is that you can hit it from multiple directions. You can go from the camera, away from the camera. You can go away from the camera. You can go towards the camera from the other direction. There are multiple lines, and getting this bump, I've done it with the TRX-4, but we spent a lot of time and tyre tread and smashing the bottom of the vehicle into it to get over there. But that said, this is a very capable reg. Venom with these tyres on is an absolute monster. But there are a lot of other lines here that would suit a slightly less capable rig. even down to rigs that are set up for trailing. This lovely little pull here for a wide axle like this is super simple, but there's some horrible stuff here if you try to do this with a more sort of 1.9 class 2-ish rig. Anyway, on to the next one. To keep things simple, guys, we are just going to have what 3 words for this, and the title of this what 3 words is the Valley of Lines. And if you ever visit this site, you'll understand why I've called it that. There are multiple routes and lines up right in front of the camera right now. To the left there are lines, behind the camera there are lines, there's just lines everywhere. This one really looked easy just then, and I promise you this is a super tricky line. Venom's not really been struggling with any of the pulls, but this really did test him. We've got a line coming up which is just up to the left of us now. I'm going to call this the hard right. And if you watch the clip through, you'll probably be able to see why I've called this the hard right. Now, this is very difficult to pull left or right, but as you can see in the clip, I managed to pull the left-hand line fairly easily. As you can see, not the hardest of pulls for Venom there. But once we come round, we're just going to flip the car round and have another go. Again, this is a spot with multiple lines. You can play within 10 foot of the camera for hours, perfecting lines, looking at finding new lines. Anyway, let's take a look at the hard right. Now, you might want to go left. You might want to go right, but if you do go right, you are going to find it difficult. That's all I'm going to say. Venom isn't completely set up the way I want him. I think Venom probably will be running the Sedonas, not the White Rovers, which will give him a little bit more clearance. And I suspect we will be running a Revolt Slonsky insert in there. In his final configuration, but even then I'm not sure that he'll be able to pull this line to the right. I promise you, I spent ages. I'm not showing all of the footage now because we would be here for donkeys, but I spent ages. I wanted to be able to film this for the video that I was shooting that day. I spent ages and ages, and I got more and more frustrated as time went on. I swept the leaves off of the top of the rock. I swept the leaves out from other little nooks and crannies that I thought might be making the climb just a little bit more difficult. And this was in the final moments of me filming at this spot. And as you can see, I bailed and I went left. Now, as I'm just narrating this, you might notice it's a different day because my voice sounds different and I've got a little bit more pep, thanks to my early morning coffee. I think you could run gates here. In fact, I know you could. There are dozens and dozens of local lines, local I mean in the vicinity of each other, where you could run 3 or 4 courses here maybe. If you needed to, and then you could alternate the different lines between it. There's just so many options, just even in this one that we're calling the Valley of Lines. All of these, what goes up must come down. This is pretty tricky down actually. Venom does a really good job here. All of these lines, this is a really snappy one. You watch my left rear wheel get sucked into a little crack. Venom very expertly extricates it. I can't take any credit for that at all. This valley, like I say, lines and lines and lines, and all very close. They're all under this Here's Slices drag, which reminds me, this is something else that's very important. GPS in the woods wasn't fantastic, so they might be slightly off. Like, what 3 words is good for within 1 metre usually, but for some reason my GPS wasn't doing the best of work at the woods on this day. So as promised, I was going to use this and I was going to show you something spectacular. If you're coming crawling here, sorry, I'm doing this all cack-handed. There's blackberry bushes, and when I say there's blackberry bushes, I mean there's like 5 minutes worth of walking. And I know this isn't something super special, but I do feel like it's something that's underappreciated. So I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to fill my tub, and then I've got a load of natural wild blackberries come up here end of July, beginning of August. These are beautiful. For context, I had been floundering, flapping about on the shore for ages, trying to get up this spot with a 4S. What is that? It's an 850. So I had a 4S 850 in there. I'm testing these batteries from Hobby King at the moment. I'm making sure that I give them a thorough checking over before I start to recommend them to you guys, and so far results have been really, really good. There will be a video coming up on them shortly. Anywho, I can't imagine that this battery is a lot lighter, and because it's an LHIV, you get like 4.35 per cell instead of 4.2. It doesn't feel a lot different from the 4S, and having been, like I say, trying to get up this climb, it's a very difficult climb, and this spot is called Roots on Roots. If you'll forgive the wordplay, there's a lot of routes up this, but this one is extra special. And the footage from this video has been taken from my Sedonas versus Rovers video. If you're interested in seeing the vehicles conquer this and then have the context of that video, it will be linked somewhere, probably at the end of the video. I wish you could have heard how excited I was. In fact, you can. If you go watch that video after this one, you'll be able to, my mood will be palpable. I was shocked, pleased. I'm trying to think. I don't have the vocabulary to explain quite how happy I was. But yeah, you'll hear it in that video if you choose to go and watch it. This particular spot, the Roots Invest Inspector Thin What 3 words, is a multiple line obstacle. Incredible, beautiful old tree. The years of erosion around the roots have revealed a plethora of lines. Just incredible, guys. And now, as I've conquered it for the first time, I'm just hitting it and hitting it. We're going to hit the other side as well. I'll show you another side to this tree, but like I say, you can just work around this tree for ages, and there are a ton of lines. We have to take another quick look at the other side of the tree, and as you can see, the root coming off of this thing makes life incredibly difficult, but also very, very interesting. Again, there are multiple lines. I really would like to see someone who knows what they're doing set up some gates at this venue. Now, this might be a little too on the nose for some people, but this spot is known as the fallen tree, and of course it is a fallen tree. And wait until you see the next spot. There are some very well known and very, very difficult spots coming up. Was you wondering where I'd gone? I was just filling my bucket with blackberries. I don't know if you know this, but berries are among the healthiest things on the planet. Berries are really good for you. They help you manage insulin. They're good for type 2 diabetics. Your doctor will tell you to stay away from fruit, but berries actually help you regulate your blood sugar way better. So this is a fruit you can eat. Don't eat bananas, but berries are absolutely incredible. I'm gonna get on with these now. I guess back to me in the video. I do hope you're getting some value out of this video. I know for sure there will be a few people frowning on me for sharing this information with you. But who am I to deprive you of a spot that deserves lots and lots of footfall on it? Please come and visit the spot. Use the what 3 words that I'm going to put in the description to find the location. And coming up shortly, I'm going to do an overview and a screen recording of my suggested routes into the property and the best way to get in there without upsetting the locals. And like I say, as long as you take good care of the place, I can't see any reason why we couldn't continue to use this fantastic spot for quite some time. I won't be, because I'm going to be moving to Wales shortly, but you will be able to. If I am ever back up this way after I've moved, this is definitely going to be one of the spots that I will come back to. This place is fantastic. We're not going to make this little crawl up onto the end of this log, but I was just so amazed that Venom had managed to pull himself up. I thought I'd stay in until that happened. Of course, this is the Twins, literally dead opposite where we were on that log just now. This is a fantastic spot for testing grip and sidewall grip, but trust me, as you'll see, this will snap your axles. It will break drive shafts and destroy things if you try to push through in a pinch. Ask me how I know. So my suggested route is this one. We try to stay to the right of that little undulation or a little jutting out part there by my back left wheel. Now, you'll see that we just get funneled over. The cap axles on this build are quite wide. We've got hex extensions on the front and the rear, not massive ones, but as you can see, we end up out wide. But I'm mindful of this, and then I try to drag through this time without snapping things. If you do the Twins, please treat them with the respect they deserve. So let's just zoom out. As you can see, we're just in Apsley in Hemel Hempstead. You're going to turn off the A4251 and take this road. I'm hoping you can see the cursor all the way up until the road splits. Take the left-hand side because this goes to private houses. And when you turn in at the top, turn right up here around the car park, and it's my suggestion, park in the bottom of the car park there, and that will have the what 3 words models wrong blues. Park your car there, head over. My suggestion again is that you go out of this gate and walk across the grass to a public footpath. Now, there is public access on the site, so that's good for us. I want you to go to Crisp Intro Purple, and then you just follow the footpath all the way down. There might be some little turnstiles and gates. And in fact, there is a turnstile, not a turnstile, yeah, it is a turnstile, which you can go through down here. Just keep following it. And, you know, you're just sort of following to the right all the time until you get down to the bottom. And here you can see all the what 3 words that I've created for you guys in the woods. Like if we click on this one, that is route routes, and over here we've got 3 more lines and Spidey's line 1. So here is everything you need to know. Just follow it along this bit here, and here is the entrance to the secret garden. This has the what 3 words? Bricks waving petty. I actually can't think of a better way to end this video other than with a little crawl on this beautiful majestic tree that has got a dozen lines or more on it. I will try to show you a little bit of this transition is it's not impossible, but it's such a knife's edge, and I have got completely the wrong positioning. And as you can see, it just spits you out. And this is one of the lines up onto the tree into another really, really difficult transition. It's not a rock, guys, but this is so difficult. And it's the same, essentially. Like, the grip profile is slightly different. You know, on a wet day, a tree will differ in ways that are different to what a rock does when it's wet. And this can make very, very interesting crawling. I'm just about getting ready to sign off. I'm sorry it was so long, but there's so much detail that was super important to share with you guys. Please hit the thumbs up and like button. And if you'd like to come to the garden, everything you need to know to visit this place and have a fantastic day will be in the description below. Remember, guys, no matter the question, love is the answer, and I hope I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now. Rock crawling malarkey, there goes the camera. Are you working, camera? Are you still with us? This poor camera's had such a beating.